Welcome to another episode of Countdown to Infinity, a Marvel's Avengers podcast. I guess we should call it an MCU podcast.
MCU.
A Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast. And we have been having a great time, a grand old time.
A
real hootenanny.
Mm-hmm. Party down the block.
We're talking about all of the things that Marvel has coming down the pipeline, but here we are.
Yes.
In the middle of new Marvel things every week.
Literally every week.
We just
back to back.
Back to back.
Side by side.
We just wrapped up watching WandaVision, where we went episode by episode.
Yes, we did.
Talking about what we really loved and what the repercussions are for the WandaVision show that focused on Wanda and Vision.
And Vision, yeah.
The Hex, and you can listen to all of that. And now it's time to crack open a brand new show. Mm-hmm. Because this is episode 1 of what I'm calling...
Oh, you came up with it. You know what? You have not shared this with me, so I'm kind of excited to see what you've come up with for the title.
This is how I know you don't listen to the podcast, because it's already out, I believe. Like the title is already out for the preview episode we did last week.
No.
So you would have seen it already.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Great. You know what I've been through.
We need the downloads. We need at least one more.
Right.
We were one download away from, reaching a milestone.
No, they automatically download on my phone.
Okay.
I just don't go in there and
It's
look
fine.
at them all the time.
It's cool. But hey, I'm calling this
What?
feasting
Ew.
on Falcon and Winter Soldier.
No, you're not.
You don't like it?
No.
What would you call it?
Are you serious?
Yeah. Feasting. Our eyes are feasting. Nom, 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 nom.
No.
Okay. If you think of something better.
I'm going to come up with something, and then everybody can vote on it and then see what's up.
Oh, my God. Well, hey, we are talking episode by episode about everything that we can think of. We will probably miss some things because these things are pretty jam-packed with Marvel Easter eggs and
so many comic books.
So many comic book references. It's
my brain.
Bonkers. But we are talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the brand new Disney Plus series. It's only 6 episodes long, but
they're packed.
They're pretty long, and they're filled with quite a few things. But my name's Emmanuel.
Oh, my name is Sofia.
And we're
best friends.
Kissing.
Oh.
Ooh. We're kissing right now.
Best friends, but are you eating me?
Yep. Nom 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 nom. What's the noise that Pac-Man?
Like Cookie Monster.
What noise? Waka waka. Oh no, that's
Waka Waka is Fozzie Bear from the Muppets.
This is a Fozzie Bear kissing someone. Ready? Mm-hmm. Waka 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 waka.
Yeah, it's like it. He exaggerates it. He's like waka waka. Like it's very weird.
Is he canceled?
No.
Is he a okay, all right,
I don't think so.
Well, let's talk about this very first episode. It's called New World Order. We are 6 months.
It
truly is. We're 6 months from the blip, quote unquote, and all of, I guess not all, but half of everyone coming back from a 5-year hiatus. And
is it a hiatus if it's not by choice?
Forced hiatus.
Yeah.
How about that?
Disappearance?
What do they do if you get in trouble but they can't fire you yet? Like when you're under investigation, paid leave or something, administrative leave.
Yeah.
Remember when you got into that trouble and
no,
they took your gun and your badge from you.
Oh my
remember
gosh.
that?
But this one they gave a gun and a shield.
Wow, true.
I said what I said,
and it's a big gun too. You
here we go.
Can't really look away from it.
No.
But hey, not my America's ass. Am I right?
No.
We're jumping all the way to the end. This is filled with spoilers, by the way. But this is really a deep dive into 2 characters, which I love about these shows.
Which 2 characters?
It's Sam Wilson, the Falcon.
Right.
Bucky Barnes.
And the other one?
The Winter Soldier. And we really are really geared up to see how they deal with the loss, or at least the absence, of their good friend Steve Rogers, who is Captain America.
Very personal.
Very personal.
Yes.
And I guess how they're adjusting to their new lives after the Avengers Initiative and after everything that's happened in Endgame.
After Cap, after
saving the universe.
Yeah.
Saving the whole damn universe. Yeah. Fighting in Wakanda.
No big deal.
Fighting
just
Thanos.
After last Friday.
Aliens, all of that. How do you deal with that, right? But what did you think about this very first episode of Falcon Winter Soldier?
So coming straight off of WandaVision, I was kind of like ready for something that wasn't as emotionally tolling, and I was not expecting this to be as kind of like heartfelt as it was. Like I was expecting it to be like America, you know, and like government and like war and like
or like some kind of spy thing.
Yeah, I mean, just like the OG Marvel action stuff. You know what I mean? Like just like fighting, guns, explosions, muscles, knee. But it was like
those are all. That's what's on my tramp stamp.
And it,
explosions.
Anyways, in between two pistols pointed towards
my butthole.
Towards his.
Somebody draw that up and send it to me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
But no, and it really dived into their personal lives, their emotional states, and kind of like their thought process and like what they're dealing with, especially Bucky, dealing with all of his PTSD and all of his. I'm sorry for any like triggers. I'm gonna say out loud, but I like just the fact that he's having the nightmares and all of his, you know, psychological traumas that he's going through.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, he's wow. Like I mean, you consider it whenever you're watching all of like the Cat movies, but you really don't. I don't think we've ever deep dived this far into it before.
It's really interesting because in you know Winter Soldier and in Civil War, we understood that for about 100 years he has been committing heinous acts of crime, killing people, innocent people. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I feel like we're getting really close to actually witnessing, or at least seeing him relive almost every single one.
And that's on purpose, too, because he kind of shows us his way of coping and his way of, not coping, but what is it called? Forgiving himself and like just processing everything he's done.
A seemingly impossible task, especially for Winter Soldier.
I mean, how do you have the names of everyone, though? Like, it's like, oof.
Speaking of that, there's really two people he's trying to atone with. The first, the bad guys. He's got a list of people. I guess it'd be like what, like a hit list or something, like a kind of a list of people you don't like. A justice list.
A justice list.
Zack Snyder's justice list.
Oh my god!
Give us the justice list by Zack Snyder. No, but it is like something like, and we see him kind of making some of those things right legally, right, in the frame of his
making legal amends.
Legal amends. And then there is a list of really tough forgiveness. I feel like we meet his neighbor Yari, who.
Oh, so cute.
And the crafting of this, I love. It shows a nightmare that he has where he holds a gun up to someone trying to get into a hotel room.
And it's planted right then and there.
Innocent guy. Mm-hmm. And then you find out later that Yari is the father of... And so you're like, man...
Of the young kid.
And that's one person.
Just one.
Of the hundreds of people he might have killed.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But I can't even understand just as a human what that would feel like to ask forgiveness or even just to confront... that.
I mean,
it's going to be rough for him.
It has to be heavy. And it's like, especially if you interact with that person every single day.
And you like them and they like you.
And you're I mean, he's just so far in it. You can't, how can you? It's already passed. You know what I mean? Like the moment has passed to come forward and explain everything.
What's probably difficult for Bucky is the fact that he's trying to figure out how to make it right, and there's nothing you can do. I mean, they're just eating out, and he is you know, that trauma comes out of the grandpa. Just from seeing something, seeing the food that his grandson liked. Mm-hmm. So it's really rough.
Yeah. Well, not his grandson, his son.
It's his son.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the scene where Bucky's talking to his psychologist. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, what'd you think about that? Like, it was really interesting.
I think it was shot really well. I think it was because you definitely see the different angles and stuff within that interaction. You're like, oof. Like,
we're really close on their face.
We're getting into it. Yeah, well, but you can't hide emotion from that. Like, it's just, you're right up on it. But I do love the way that she talks to him because he is forced to think about all this stuff, even though she knows that he's like semi-lying about some of the specifics, but she's making him deal with these very deep heartaches that he has and like this deep level of guilt, and I loved it. It was just like, this is the part of Bucky that I wanted to see, because I think I've mentioned in previous episodes that I don't really relate, or like not relate, obviously I don't relate at all to Bucky, but I mean, I don't necessarily appreciate his character as much as others, so I was like not as excited to see this series because I was like, okay, like because he just has caused so much friction, and he's a
legit bad guy. You know, for a really long time, a legit bad guy, and then you're like, oh, he was controlled.
Just because he's a bad guy doesn't mean he's a bad guy.
Waka 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 waka. But he. It's interesting too to see him without Steve Rogers, because Steve Rogers was always Captain America was always the one championing him.
Yeah.
And people
Rooting
tolerated him because Captain America doesn't.
Cap's there for him.
Yeah, but
and now he doesn't even have Cap. Yeah.
But he is in a place where he's forgiven by the government, right? He as long as he continues to...
He's walking a very fine line.
Yeah. And we see more of this psychologist because in the trailers we see her...
She's cool as fuck.
Yeah, with the Falcon.
I love her.
And she also, I believe, is a combat veteran, she says. So she's like, I know, like, you can't bullshit.
What you gonna do?
Yeah. But yeah, fantastic. And you brought up the way it looks, that the director of this, fantastic. She's... Oh, I wrote down her name. I should say it, huh?
Yes, please.
I can't read my
Your handwriting.
No, Kari Skoglund. She Handmaid's Tale, House of Cards, Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
She's a pro at this, and the film grammar of this thing is fantastic. I think when we talk about like this looks like movie. This looked like movie.
This looked like movie.
Waka 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 waka. But I think that's like, that's the Marvel commitment there. Kevin Feige was like, we're shooting longer movies. We're not really making, a TV show thing, even though this is a TV show. Okay.
But I was pleasantly surprised to see all of this behind Bucky. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. All right. You're a person.
Well, this
is... what I'm saying? Like, you're not just a weapon.
And this is before he even meets up with Sam.
Before any of it actually before we've even,
So this is him on his, and it's setting him up.
Yes.
He knows nothing. He's not taking any contracts or he's trying to live. And I feel like
he's trying to live his life.
The journey for him in the show, I don't know what you think about this, but I think it's going to be him asking forgiveness
the whole time.
Yeah, I feel like that's where this is going to end up. Some level of not even acceptance, because it's kind of like it's not even about him accepting it. It's about...
I think it's going to be him forgiving himself.
Yeah.
Not him going and like making amends with everybody on his list. I mean, I'm sure that's what the list is for, like for him to realize that it's just himself.
We're going to meet more of these people, I'm sure.
Of course. Yeah. And I mean, at some point he's going to have to talk to is it Yari?
Yeah.
About the situation.
Oh my God. And he's going to forgive him. He's going to forgive him.
Is he? I don't know. I think
it's going to make you cry.
I don't know. It's either going to go one of two ways. He's either going to forgive him and be like the beautiful little person that he is, or he's going to say like, you had all this time and you know how hurt I am and you've been with me through all of this and blah, blah, blah. And then he'll be like, he'll cry and just be even more hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because then he's going to does he not know Bucky as then
Winter
he's
Soldier
have to,
is always masked. That's
he's
the
gonna
thing.
have to. Oh, that's true. Yeah. He's gonna have to. I mean, if he wants, he can explain it to him. I guess. What? It's
what
very very complicated. All right, so Sam.
Yeah, let's talk about Sam because we talked a lot about
Bucky,
but that's kind of where we leave him off in this episode.
Yeah. I'm open to it now. I'm like, oh, all right, I'm feeling it.
Well,
I feel the vibes.
Can you imagine by the end of these 6 episodes?
Same with grief, huh?
Trying to feel like, I really do understand Bucky.
Yeah.
And the trauma that he experienced being Winter Soldier. Yeah. You can rewatch all of the Captain America movies and be like, wow, I get it. Because a lot of times you never really saw him, really. Like he would fight Captain. Uh-huh. And then you would see him doing something bad. That's like, and I think
that's why I have such a negative image of him in my mind. Because I'm like, why is it even worth it? Like, I never understood it for Cap. I was like, why you do this? Like you getting all this over what? Like, But now I get it.
The other thing I'll say, the last thing I'll say about him is I think it's really funny the fact that he's 100 years old.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
in like a snack's body.
Yeah. Because he looks good.
Sebastian Stan,
he looks great.
But it's so funny that he doesn't understand. He loves old songs and he's playing bingo.
Yeah, love him with no, not bingo. It's actually the P. Pinnacle. What is it?
I don't know.
With the old man, he's like, Pinnacle.
Yeah, they play bingo and Pinnacle. That's what he wants to do at night.
And I will say I love his haircut. It makes his jawline look fantastic.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
Well, let's switch over to Sam Wilson, who seems a little more connected to the real world, but also still struggling with what regular humans go through. We see his family, his life. But what do you think about Sam's story?
Can we talk about the fight scene? I cannot. The in space, or not in space, in air fight scene that he has with
the thing that
what is it LAD?
LAF.
LAF, thank you.
Which we're still not sure what it stands for. But right now, this thing opens with Sam kind of grappling with a shield, and then smash cut 2.
Yeah.
Space.
Fucking
no, not space,
but airspace.
Airspace? Actually, everything is space, so I wasn't wrong.
Oh my gosh, okay. But I was this is what I was expecting from the whole series is this type of action that we get from the first fight with Sam. Like from the whole sequence with Sam. Like it's just the flying, the weapons, the military, the all of it. That's what I was expecting the whole time from this. So all of this emotional stuff is just perfect for me because I'm like, oh, all right. See, this is where I can buckle in from here on out. But damn, did that look badass.
Well, Falcon owns this really cool space again.
Space.
Final Frontier. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe and of course the comic books, where he's one of the few Avengers that flies with wings like a bird and has a red wing of another bird friend.
Hence Falcon.
Yeah, he is a Falcon.
A Falcon.
So apart from other Avengers, especially the ones we've seen, there are obviously a million flying Avengers now, like in comic books, but in what we've seen so far, he gets to own that space, and he is, a He's a soldier that used to jump out of airplanes anyways. You see him do it in this, and he is like going after 3 or 4 helicopters.
Like a badass.
And we see Bartok the Leaper again from Captain America, I think Civil War. No. Winter Soldier. Who's going to be back again, I'm sure. He's wearing like a jumpsuit that fits his comic book character.
It didn't show him dying, so he's going to come back.
Yeah, he's a leaper.
Yeah.
He's a looper, like that movie Looper. But I feel like this really shows just how much he has evolved, and he's kind of peak Falcon at this point.
I was about to say, because really, whenever we see again, I have this image of Falcon just being like, oh, okay, so he flies and pulls up, and then he can like fight a little bit. That's cool. And then he also has Red Wing. And I'm like, oh, cool. He has that cute little accessory. That's nice.
Yeah.
But I've never seen him like one-on-one, or not that I've never seen it, but I don't remember any sequences in my mind. Yeah. I'm just speaking on behalf of myself, where he looks like a total badass just on his own. Like he's always had like somebody by his side, like backing him up. And again, like this is just in my mind. This is just from what I remember. So to see him kind of like take control of this whole situation, be like, nah, guys, don't worry about it. Like, I got it. It's all good. Like, it's fine. And damn. Yeah. I cannot tell you how much I loved that helicopter where he just like swooped on through and just grabbed homeboy and then like finished everything.
The very last moment. Everyone's telling him to leave because there's not enough time, but he sweeps through and gets the final guy.
The agent, yeah.
It's cool to see him on his own working with the military, who we may not be a great conversation later, but it is really cool. And we're also introduced in that sequence to Joaquin Torres, who is the Falcon.
Who is a snack.
He's also a snack. New character, really cool friend to Sam Wilson. And
love the vibes.
Really, I think you already get glimmers of that courage in him because
so cute.
We can talk about it now, but when we find out that he's searching for a group called the Flag Smashers. Mm-hmm. These people who loved life during the 5 years of chaos. Of chaos, not even chaos. I guess there was like just some weird no borders peace thing that happened because after that trauma. Yeah,
it's because everybody was dealing with losing someone, like half of everyone. So everyone's like,
it's not a big deal.
There's bigger things to worry about right now.
We can talk more about that in a bit. But I think you saw glimmers of him becoming that more important character when he says, I'm going to go investigate this myself. Mm-hmm. Sam even says, like, why didn't you just like wait or call for help and stuff? So
and he's like, nah.
He's going to be a hero for sure. Yeah, New Falcon, probably. Mm-hmm. He's going to sprout wings of his own. But let's talk about Flag Smashers a little bit. I'm getting the sense that this post-blip world is kind of fucked up.
That's what I was talking about with chaos. Like, because it's a whole online presence that is for the time that everybody was gone because they're like, oh, no, things were cool. Why'd they come back, basically? Yeah. And so they're trying to encourage anything that represents that time or to bring it back. I hate it. It sucks. Like, I can't even imagine.
Oh yeah,
I can't even imagine
it's
living
difficult.
in something like that. Like, what?
You're an 8th grader. You come back. You're still in 8th grade, but all your friends are graduated already.
Right? Who wants that?
Who wants that?
Who wants it?
It's a worst case scenario. The girl you had a crush on is now
She's
your
way
teacher.
older.
What?
She's in high
Is
school.
your grandma
You're
now?
still in middle school.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, it makes me feel like, because there's also talk about the Libyan airspace at the beginning of this. It makes me feel like all of the politics came back
Even harder.
when they came back. When all of the people came back, they're like, oh, we now have borders again.
Just kidding.
We have political parties again. We have this fucked up money situation again.
Yeah.
And it is like, I feel like we're going to end up seeing a whole group of people who are influenced and agree with the flag smashers.
Yeah.
And maybe the audience will also be like, huh, that kind of makes sense too.
Another civil war.
Yeah, but I'm interested to see, and of course we're going to see who's behind it all. We're not even sure how like Helmut Zemo plays into it, but I feel like Joaquin Torres is going to come into his own by being the lead investigator of this whole sitch.
Yeah.
But let's go away from war. Back to Sam.
What?
Baby. What do you think about him not wanting the responsibility of Captain America? Because that's kind of the whole theme, I feel like, of this whole series.
Well, that's the whole start of this whole series.
Yeah.
It's just that feeling of like, well, who the fuck's gonna do it now?
He gives the shield to the Smithsonian.
I'm kind of with Sam on this, just because I think I've also
You are Captain America.
I've stated my opinion already about all this, but I mean, because no, I don't think anybody can take the place of Cap. It's gonna take one or two people, like I said, Sam and Bucky working together, then maybe you can get it done. But looking at their situations now, it's like, do you have the time? Like, do you have the commitment?
Yeah.
Both of them are dealing with other stuff right now. Not saying that like the world's less important, but I mean, their own health, their own minds, like their own rest is kind of important here in this series, and like they have to deal with everything from like a grounds level versus like the universe level. Do you know what I mean?
And he does tell, because we see Rhodes, War Machine there, played by Don Cheadle. They're walking through the Captain America exhibit, which I wish was a real exhibit. That'd be
so cool. Well, we went to something kind of similar like that.
Oh yeah, in Philadelphia.
In Philly, yeah.
Hey, actually, it was super similar. They had the suit, and then they had like
all kinds of
Wait
props.
a minute.
The originals.
Do you remember
the original copy of
the first Captain America?
The first
Very
Captain America,
expensive.
and they had the first Avengers comic.
Okay. Now we're just bragging.
Not to brag.
Yeah, we saw that. But as he's going through, Sam is honest, because obviously Rhodes is not the media. He's an Avenger just like himself. Yeah. Rhodes is warning him, like, the world is different now. Like, things lines are being redrawn. Everything's kind of chaotic.
Did Bucky get snapped too?
Yeah.
Both of them just did.
Yeah. But Sam tells him, like, hey, I don't. He doesn't think he deserves to be Captain America because he was so close to that. Yeah, which is true. And I feel like he thinks he did the right thing by saying, this Captain America, that chapter is closed. We all have to become our own.
But you done
superheroes.
You done fucked up, Sam.
Because he gave it to.
Up. How the hell are you gonna trust the U.S. government with the fucking shield?
True.
That's just naive as hell. Like, what in the world?
We're jumping to the end, but it sits in there for what, a day, and then
maybe 12 hours.
For us, 12 minutes. But yeah, the government decides. Well, now we
have it.
Yeah, thanks for the shield.
Thanks, buddy.
We're going to create our own Captain America. Yeah. And it is interesting because
Homeboy is gross looking.
It's U.S. agent. We found out we're going to see more of him soon. But I feel like we're really going, because there isn't a huge difference between this new Captain America.
Homeboy honestly looks like the Walmart version of Captain America. Okay. Like, I cannot.
But there isn't a huge difference between this new Captain America that we see, U.S. agent, and Captain America. Because remember, Captain America was created.
A bigger ass. Oh.
No, was created in World War II. We see it in his origin story.
Yes.
To be a symbolic figure. Remember, he does those theater shows, raises money.
He's on all those commercials, the stamps, the bonds.
Guess what? That was kind of fucked up too, probably.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
This is just a reiteration of that.
For the time, yes, absolutely. And I just don't.
complicated.
That's why I'm saying I don't think that anybody can do that anymore. I don't, from a political standpoint, and then also from like a character standpoint. Like nobody can take the character of Captain America again. Period. I don't think that that's going to happen. If they're going to try, it's going to be wrong, which we know how that goes based from the comics. But also,
you're talking about in the show?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then also from a political standpoint in the show, it's fucked up. Because, I mean, yes, like everybody supposedly needs like a whole symbolic whatever. But at the same time, why does America need one symbolic figure of America?
Yeah.
Like you have the whole goddamn Avengers, excuse me. You have the whole I'm sorry. I'm very passionate about this. You have the whole Avengers team protecting the entire universe. Like what more do you want?
Yeah.
Why do you need one?
There is kind of this multi-dimensional side of it where Doctor Strange, Wanda, they're looking at that. Captain Marvel is in space. Mm-hmm. But I feel like what's setting up here, space again, what's setting up here is I feel like maybe even every country has their own superhero in a weird way.
Yeah, but again,
America has one. The LAF is trying to build up their own force. Mm-hmm. The Flag Smashers, and that is kind of a really alarming.
It's turning it all political again.
Look at and then again, I want to bring up this Easter egg that somebody found is that in the credits, Isaiah Bradley is featured in the credits, who is part of a string of comic books that show that even before our Captain America, Chris Evans, and Rogers, that the U.S. government had been testing that super serum on a ton of African American people, and he was the Black Captain America, and obviously
to create their own
messed it up a lot until they gave it to one, Steve Rogers. So I feel like we're gonna really have a reckoning for what Captain America even
actually
means. What is
like
that symbol?
The actual symbol. Mm-hmm.
Because
the deeper meaning of the symbol.
As much as we're like emotionally like, that's not Captain America, it's not Chris Evans. Mm-hmm. But there wasn't a huge difference.
Nope.
If you really think about it, hey man, if you really open your mind. Kind of fucked up, but that's what's exciting. This is like a very
it's super
existential, deep,
and this is why I say I appreciate it so much more than what my initial thought was, because I thought that it was again going to be all like bang, 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 military,
and instead it's waka, waka, waka.
And exactly, I could not have said it better myself.
This show straddles so much because that's like a giant political story, but Sam
with his loans
goes
and
home.
Oh my gosh,
And we meet Sarah, his sister.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Who has been taking care of 2 kids, she's the family business.
Great mom.
There's even like a really interesting moment where they're making a bunch of food and then we see them giving it to homeless people.
Yes.
And you're like, what the heck? They're off the clock.
So sweet.
They're not even, they don't even know a camera's watching them.
Just being fucking nice.
Just good people. Mm-hmm. And I think it's in Louisiana, which means it's close to us, baby.
Yeah.
The Gulf.
Yeah.
Let's go down to Sam Wilson's place.
Visit his house.
But that's why like this show does so much is because it also shows us just the real life.
Real life in the show.
The real life of the show. But what Sam Wilson's
would
dealing
be hypothetically
with
going
his
through.
family.
Yes.
With the fact that he's been gone for 5 years. And the fact that, guess what? They don't get paid.
No. Everyone's question is now answered. It's like, how much you make?
Yeah. Tony Stark, who is a bajillionaire.
Right.
And
I thought that was so rude. So they go so Sam is left, or not left, but we see Sam with his sister Sarah. And Sarah, so cute. And they're talking about how the business is going under and she can't afford to have this boat because they have this whole fishing thing going on and blah, blah, blah. So they have to go to a bank for a loan. And then the loan officer, is that what he's called?
Yeah.
Is that the title? Mm-hmm. Asks him about his salary and if he was given an allowance by Tony.
And this is between him asking for selfies and
audacity. I would have, nuck if you buck. Yeah. You would have seen a totally different side of me right then and there. I could not tell you. Yeah. Oh my God, that had my blood boiling. Yeah.
I thought it was insane too that he was like, well, you have 5 years of no income, and he was like, I was freaking snapped, bro.
Yeah, what you want me to do?
They don't have that's to me. I guess it's only been 6 months, but you would think that's gonna be 50% of your customers won't have 5 years
It
of
literally is.
won't who's gonna what the heck?
Gosh, yeah.
And I think this is why there's so much another big superhero thing that everyone loves now is The Boys, that show on Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
But it's all about how the superheroes become money-making machines and how they sustain it by endorsements and stuff. And you're like, man, I guess you would have to do all of that.
Because you really
make
don't
a
get paid.
business out of it.
And Sam really says it there. He says it like, oh, you just, kind of depend on like the goodness of others or something like that, or the courtesy of others, or I forget what he says
still the loan
specifically.
officer doesn't give him anything.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, can I get one of you doing, and then he says something specific. It's like, boy, what?
Yeah.
Like, ew, back up.
It is kind of crazy to think that like, here's a guy that saved the universe like a couple months ago.
Yeah. Like,
And-
what would you be doing right now?
Dead.
Like, what if that guy was snapped? Like, hello?
But it's really interesting, and I feel like it's going to be very eye-opening for a lot of people because there are definitely shared experiences with this. When you look at redlining and you look at what businesses, banks give loans to, and how they make those kinds of decisions.
Who they give loans to.
And you could maybe save the universe and still not get the loan that you need. But I'm really interested because it's insane. Like, he gives up the Captain America moniker.
Yes.
It gets denied for a loan, and someone takes Captain America's shield
on top of everything else.
I'm Captain America now.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. He's probably feeling. I don't know who do you think feels worse, him or Winter Soldier, who can't tell his friend that he killed his.
Who has these hundreds of years of trauma and
normally
forced.
the low point happens like episode 3 or 4,
this is
but
fresh
this
out the
is
gate.
starting this way. But that's a lot of the things and this is crazy. This is on one episode, right?
And the new Cap, we can just talk about him real quick.
Yeah, John Walker.
Garbage.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Well, you're supposed to feel that way.
Yeah, I know. He has a freaking gun.
Yeah.
Like on his little just
and Captain
fresh
America notoriously doesn't like using him. Doesn't need him. He has a sword.
America.
Yeah.
God.
What do you think is going to happen next? What are you looking forward to? We don't have to get into the prediction game. You think Mephisto?
I think fresh out.
It's Mephisto.
So I think that. Do you think? I hope that Bucky gets word of what's going on. And that there's supposedly a new Cap, and he's either going
will piss.
He's going to be pissed. Yeah. So I'm really hoping that he teams up. I think this is what's going to initiate him teaming up with Sam and him finally responding to all of his messages and stuff, because they're both going to be like, not our best friend. You know what I mean? So, and then I think that also, obviously, what Joaquin finds is going to tie into whatever our government is doing, because our government is doing something.
Something fucked up.
Something fucked up. And I also hope that Sam gets his damn loan. Like, this is some bullshit.
He's going to get his loan.
He better go to a different bank.
I also want to say, Winter Soldier was hidden in Wakanda. Wakanda, I believe, is the richest country ever.
Yeah.
Or something. I think they have $100 trillion. Someone calculated it. So guess what? Once they meet up with Winter Soldier, I'm sure he can call, somebody over there, Surrey or something, be like, hey,
right, and get the loan.
Give me some of that.
I'm sure there's all kinds of people he can call, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
You heard Sarah. Sarah's like, no, you can't just swoop in and just give me whatever.
Yeah.
No, it's up to her to do it herself, and la.
I feel like we're going to see a lot of super soldiers. That's kind of the vibe, because when we see that flag smasher that Joaquin Torres kind of videotapes,
we didn't talk about that fight.
Well, it wasn't even a fight.
It was just a chaos meeting that the homeboys pulled up.
But that guy's so strong. He lifts people up and tosses them like rag dolls. And that makes me think that there is
the leader of that organization.
The Flag Smashers.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're going to see that, I don't know if you remember
that
in...
Mephisto.
It's Mephisto. I don't know if you remember in Civil... this whole thing's in the Hex, baby.
Yeah, right.
Wanda is dreaming episodes of Falcon Winter Soldier. But I feel like we're going to see in Civil War, Helmet... or Zemo. Yeah, that's his name, right? Who
Yes,
we know
Zemo.
is in the show. We haven't seen him yet.
Yeah.
He's on the list. But do you remember he goes in and at the very end, there are no super soldiers left in that giant vault where Iron Man and Captain America fight? And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
there's quite a few of them, I think, out there. So
That's true.
we'll have to see. I also have this theory that he's not a bad guy.
Zemo?
Yeah.
Really?
I feel like
Again, you thought the same thing about Agnes. You were like, no, I'm holding out. I'm holding
Agnes
out
is
for
good.
Agnes.
She's still going to be good.
No.
I feel like Zemo's going to be good because
God.
when he tries
Whatever.
to kill himself, Black Panther saves him.
You think he's going to remember that?
I think there's going to be all kinds of like redemption for him. Maybe. I don't know.
Nah.
Because even he we're kind of going back to different movies, but I don't know. We'll find out, I'm sure.
And my outrageous prediction is that the big strong dude is one of Zemo's creations, and that he injected him with whatever blue vial that we saw hidden.
He's still
in
out there being bad.
I think that he injected Homeboy with that blue serum that Steve got, and that our government is now selling or some shit.
I wonder how.
I think they're also going to give it to New Cap.
Really?
Yeah, because he has to get strong somehow.
Yeah.
That he's for sure gonna take it.
Oh, there's so many of those super soldier serum everywhere in the
That's hard to
trailers.
say.
Super soldier serum.
Super soldier serum. Super soldier serum.
Is it?
Triple S.
Yeah. You know what's easier to say? Feasting on Falcon and Winter
No,
Soldier.
see, I've been thinking about that in the back of my mind. I don't know if I sound distracted or not, but I've been trying to come up with a word.
You know what yours
I'm
would
gonna
be?
get it.
This is rated R. If you have kids, skip ahead.
No,
it's gonna be
no.
it's gonna
Don't
be
you say it. Don't you? Yeah.
F word. Winter Soldier and Falcon. All right.
All right.
Well, let us know what you think or what you notice. I know we didn't talk about everything.
No,
there's all
absolutely not.
kinds of comic book Easter eggs. These episodes seem to be longer than WandaVision. And we're going to be back next week to talk about more. But let us know what your favorite parts are, what your predictions are. Send us all of that stuff on online.com.
We love to read it.
We love to hear it. We love your theories, too. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Who's Ralph? We still don't know.
And also,
Just kidding.
right?
No. Yeah.
But we oh god, there was something else that I wanted to talk about and I forgot. I just forgot right now with that Ralph comment.
Wow.
Gosh.
You think this is Agnes the whole time?
It's, maybe.
But Sophia, what do you have to plug?
Oh, just all the regs, thank you everyone for listening to the pod. And if you haven't already, you can definitely support the pod even more by going to our patreon.com/delphinpod, DELFINPOD. And of course we have other shows that you can check out, go say hi to the boys. The boys. And then if you want to follow me on social media, everything is going to be @_Simply Sophie, SOFIEE.
All right. Yeah,
me.
definitely go to Patreon. Support the pod. I guess you can still rate us and review us. That's nice.
Oh yeah, that's
Do
always
that.
nice. If you haven't already, go do it.
Do it. Subscribe it. Share it. Tell your friends about it.
You're more than welcome.
And thank you so much, everyone on Patreon, for keeping us going. But hey, we'll see you next week for another episode of
Whatever we're gonna come up with.
You have literally like less than an hour to come up with something. But
I'll
if
come up
not,
with something.
it's going to be feasting on
No,
Falcon and
that's
Winter
so
Soldier.
bad. No.
Feasting.
No.
I already have one for Loki.
What is it?
Looking
yeah.
at Loki.
All right.
Although that makes it seem like we're just like
we're
sitting
just
around
staring at him.
Although that's something you might do during the
We really are just sitting and looking. Anyways, okay.
And guess what? We're feasting. Nom, 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 nom.
No,
Waka, waka, waka,
I think
waka.
of eating whenever
But
you
our
say
eyes
feasting.
are eating.
No.
But there's Sebastian Stan and everyone in the show is a snack. Bye.
Bye.